Yeah, so friend, have you ever passed somewhere and then yeah, a few minutes later, maybe hours later, you're like, why did I pass through here? I wish I could use a different route. So I passed through this path over here. You see, I'm coming from a certain direction over here, over there on that hill. So I came this way, and then there was an alternative that I could have taken that way, because there is a main road over here. So I decided, like, what I'll do is I'll use this, and then look at that. Look at my shoes. Yeah, modest. Anyway, so friend, how are you? How have you been? Yeah, it's another great morning. So another opportunity to be thankful or grateful for the Almighty for being alive and being here. I hope you're doing great. So my name is Mark 29, and here we are with our village vlogs. Early in the morning. No, it's not really early in the morning. It's around 10. Yeah, you see the effects of rains. It's actually still raining. I see this somebody's banana. So it has fallen. If maybe the owner has no idea that this has happened, somebody might take it. Yeah, plantain. Those are plantains. Tiu. No, ngombe kwa wirora halisi. Sawa. Yeah, so friend, we will head this way. Amazing. That's the guy that I called on that side. He is feeding the cow. And I remember I told you, here in the village we do not really have thieves. Okay, we have thieves. Every place has thieves, but they are not that, can I say, extreme or bad. Yeah, they cannot really untie your cow from where you've tied him or her. But there are places you cannot really tie a cow by the road and then you go. You will come and find that somebody has taken the cow away, and you'll be like, oh my, I wish I never did this. This Gusii region, yeah, found in Nyamira County. And then this is Nyanza region. And then this is Kenya, East Africa. So friend, how are you? I hope you and yours are doing great. I and mine, we are fine. Yeah. So those are paths. Yeah, they lead from this main road to people's homesteads. That is how they look like. Yeah, in developed countries, actually, you guys only have roads. So with us here, we have roads, and then we have paths. Yeah, paths that normally leads to people's homestead, because people who own vehicles in the village are very few. That is a path to people's homesteads. Yeah. So a walk in the village. Yeah, you can see those are young men. I wonder why they are not in school. Today is a school day, and they are at home. So this is somebody's homestead. Again, yeah, I can hear a motorbike behind me. Wow. I had no idea it had wood. It could have actually easily knocked me down. And the guy actually never alerted me. Yeah, there's a sheep grazing by the roadside. Remember I told you? I wonder why this one over here is really rotating in circles. Like she or he has stopped. And the funny thing, that sheep has not tired. Looks like it's a baby sheep. So friend, you remember the last time we were here and I told you there is a place over here that I've never gone past. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, this is the house that I told you somebody had built here. And I never knew. Yeah, I can see the security lights are still on. Okay. So it looks like it's a shop or maybe it's a residential area. Yeah, anyway. Yeah. We also have cows grazing. So if by mistake that cow cuts that rope, it will actually go into the napier plantation and clear everything. Yeah, these cows are really, this over here, the red one is a bull and then the black one is a cow and a calf. So I wish our cows could eat together this way. Our cows actually fight each other. They beat each other up. Oh, look at that. That's somebody's homestead and then maybe the person is not really interested in it anymore. Yeah, life in the village. So friend, it has been a while since the last time actually. Wow. Since the last time I passed through here. Wakire. Yeah. So friend, do you remember our greetings? Wakire. So there is a slope over here. So I'll be heading down. Yeah, also people are in their farms plucking tea, some are plowing. Yeah, it's really a very busy village, very busy. So it has been years since the last time I was actually passed through this place. And I see a lot of change. Now the problem is, you see this slope here, the problem is whenever it rains, you see they've put maram on it, but whenever it rains, look at that, the water sweeps it away. So it will be very, very difficult for this slope to hold this maram. So what could these people actually do? Yeah, that place is really congested with houses. Look at that. Yeah. Also looks like there is a school over here. Yeah, so those are children, young children. I do not want to film them. You know, the funny thing is this school over here, their gate is not closed. So the children can come out anytime. And they're here. Yeah, this is somebody's property. Okay, let me show you the area that I showed is very, very congested. Can you see that? Okay, while we were coming down this hill, this small hill over here, that area looked very, very congested. With houses, that is. Is it somebody's compound? Or maybe there are two. not one. Maybe the first person has taken actually 3, looks like, maybe. Yeah, I remember the way I normally tell you that in a few years time in this region, people will have nowhere to build houses. Now imagine these houses over here, maybe they belong to about 1, 2, 3, 4 people, and each person here, let's assume, has a son. So where will the son build his house? Remember here, when you come of age, you have to have your own house as a son, and then you marry, you get a wife. Wow, it's been long since the last time I was here. I see a lot of change. I believe this is a pit latrine over here. Is it really? It's actually connected to electricity. Yeah, it is. That's a pit latrine. So this is my first time seeing a pit latrine connected to a cable, an electric cable. Have you ever seen such? Friend, be honest on the comment section. Have you? Look at that. The village is actually very quiet. No noise. So this is also another path leading to people's homesteads. So in each and every piece of land, the owners are supposed to leave that so that it can be easier for either them or the neighbors to access their homesteads. That car looks very calm. Yeah, though it looks like the sun is too hot for her. She's trying to get a shade. Maybe so far what I can say is, or maybe the only noise I can talk about that I can hear is from the music being played. So friend, because I'm on the main road and it looks, look at that, very, very fine. I'll have to like wipe my shoes on this grass and then we continue. Look at how muddy they are. Now somebody is playing loud music. I'll pause this video and then we'll continue. Yeah, so friend, I'm done cleaning my shoes using grass. Yeah, it might sound very funny, but they'll be clean. Trust me. Yeah, they normally become very, very clean. So here we are. I can see this road here is actually been murramed, although because it's raining heavily, looks like the what do we call it, the water is sweeping away the murram. So these people, I think these people actually need to like find a lasting solution to this, because it might also be costly. You see, from time to time you have to like put murram. Maybe after a few years the rains will come again and sweep it away to the river. You see that place over, this place towards the lower side, that is the place that we normally go to, known as Gachuba. Yeah, we've been to Gachuba several times. So on that other side there is what we call a river, a very big river actually. So this murram gets swept by water into that river and then goes down. I have no idea to where. So these people, actually the people who are in charge of like murramming the roads here in the village, they are leaders, elected leaders. So these leaders should find a solution because after this Maram is swept away, now maybe a few weeks time, the people who normally use this road here will begin complaining because it will get muddy, and the main means of transport over here is either mostly they use motorbikes. So the people who ride the motorbikes will find it very difficult for them to use this main road here, and then they'll maybe demonstrate, and after demonstration you understand what happens. So that is the reason as to I'm saying it has to a very good like solution has to be found for this. So friend, I've taken a U-turn. So I came from that side over there, and now I've taken a U-turn here. There is also another road heading to the upper side. Yeah. So this is the side of the village they never show you. They're in movies, in books. They normally say, oh my God, have you been to Africa? Have you been to Kenya? Those people are really poor, very, very poor. Yeah, that is what they normally say. They never show you. There are also people who at least live in good homes, like this one over here. At the same time, we also have people who are living in very, very, let me say, bad states. So see here, the grass here is green, and then on the other side it's like brown, or maybe, what's that? Ah, you see that piece of cloth over there? Somebody told me whenever maybe a farmer sprays, what do you call it, a roundup. Yeah, the work of the roundup is to eat the green grass away. So somebody told me they normally tie a piece of cloth, either mostly red ones, to indicate that the cows are not supposed to graze over there. So that is the reason as to why this side here is green, and then that side is brownish. So that is another way of controlling grass or weed. And we sprayed it to this place and then left. Anyway, friend, look at this tea plantation over here. And there is a certain side that I've seen which has a very great house, beautiful, very. But unfortunately we cannot get there. Maybe what I'll do is I'll try to show you. Yeah, you see that house over there? So we can only see it from a side. Anyway, look at that. Tea plantation, tea and coffee. Tea and coffee, similar to this side. Tea and coffee, tea and coffee. These ones also have grass over here. And then we have another junction over here. So for today, we'll take this. Maybe next time, we will take that. Yeah, so for today, here we go. So yes, a friend, he is telling me he wants to be this one over here. It's telling me he wants to appear on social media. And then I told him, immediately you pass by or you pass me, you'll appear on camera. So friend, look at that. So I'm coming from a hill that is past that hill. See that hill over there? So I'm coming from a different hill that is past that. Yeah, that is where I came from. Look at that. You see the structure that is made of iron sheet over there. Yeah, that is somebody's pit latrine. So people have different ways of. If maybe that is not a pit latrine, then that is a washroom. Yeah. So here in the village, people normally build washrooms very far away from the main houses. Reason being privacy. So nobody wants to hear you're doing your thing when you're in the washroom. Privacy. So this place over here is known as Girango. Yeah, Girango is found in Kitutu Masaba constituency. Like I said earlier on, Nyamira County. So there is a church over here, this side, and then we have a school on the upper side. You can also see a very great structure coming up, like a house over there. Yeah, nice one. Yeah, amazing. Life in the village. So I wonder why these children are not in school. Like today is on Thursday. Children are supposed to be in school. Yeah, so that is the church that I told you, friend, about. Aquí ambia amor. Aquí motalia skuru.
Tuende school. Na macheza yari tando umalimu tutari. Na macheza yari. Oh. Sawa. So they are telling me today is sports day. They went to school and then the teacher told them go home. So that is the reason as to why they are at home. Yeah, I was really wondering, like, how come? So this might be maybe looks like it might be a store for the church. And the church, where is it? I'm trying to locate the loo for the church. Yeah, that is. Yeah, that belongs to the church. But there is a time it used to be on this upper side. So this is our church actually. It used to be on this upper side. Maybe I have no idea what happened, but it looks new. Yeah, so this is also a shop or maybe a portion mill. And this is a school, Girango. Secondary, Girango Primary, Junior Secondary and Secondary School. They are all here. They actually have very nice structures. Look at that. It looks very nice. Very nice. Yeah. So Kebowa Primary School used to be the most beautiful
in this region. But now look at Girango. Amazing. Amazing. Look at that. Isn't it beautiful, friend? Wow. So the high school, a secondary school, is on this other side. You see there is a fence that is separating the two, and there is also a gate over there. So that is Girango primary school for you. Children are having fun. Yeah, I saw somebody grazing cows on the other side, which is really amazing. You see, where somebody once told me, like, young men are supposed to, especially those that are in the village, they're supposed to take their either goats or sheep or cows out to graze them, because it teaches them on how to be patient. So that is a good thing. Like, remember, for a cow to eat or to graze and till it's full, it really takes some time. So you cannot really take it out and then in a few minutes time it's full and then it's eating. I mean, it's very full and then you take it back home. You have to wait. You have to be very, very patient and wait for it to eat, and then you take it home. So that is about patience. Waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting. You cannot take it out and then immediately bring it back. It does not really work that way. So that was actually great advice. So since then I also there is a time we had a goat, a male goat. What is the name of a male goat? Okay, let me use that, a male goat. So what I used to do is, although it was bought to be slaughtered during December last year, so I used to take that goat out and then wait for it to graze, like patience. You can actually learn patience even after you've grown. There is no time limit. Like, after maybe you get to a certain age, you'll have to be patient. You can. Yeah, so you can learn. So that is the reason I'm saying we have to learn about it. So you can see there is somebody's homestead over here, which looks great. Yeah, that is stagnant water. See this water over here? That is an indication that it's raining heavily over here. So we also have another church over here. Look at this area. Looks like there is a small market over here. And they also have what we call Wi-Fi over there. Yeah, that is an indication that the people here are also connected. So it was actually the other day when Wi-Fi came, there's a church. So the first church that we came across was a Catholic church. This SDA church. So this is also an indication that people living here are also connected. Yeah, to electricity and also to the Wi-Fi internet. Look at that. A very, very quiet village. So now the funny thing is, this village, this is still my village. This over here. Remember I tell you how large, how massive it is. So we are still in the village. So ahead of me looks like, what could that be? Is that somebody's homestead or what? It looks very big. So let's get closer and then we'll find out. So the sun is on this other side. I believe that is the reason as to why the pictures are not that good. So maybe should I place the camera from this side? Yeah, it looks somehow better. This area is very, very quiet. The quietness is great. So that there is a sign post, and then it's reading Kyangende ELCK vocational training. So Kyangende training is actually towards this lower side. Although we are not going there, but it's towards that side. Yeah. So this here, this somebody's homestead. Yeah, I thought at first, it was maybe what do we call it? The vocational training, but not. That is tea plantation. Looks like there is also another school ahead. There are a few kilometers from the other school that we saw earlier on. So this also, the school that I showed you is actually a public school, and the one that is ahead is also a public school. So at times I wonder how there are these two floors to each other. So it's actually been a few minutes, very few minutes walking from there to that area. We are almost actually getting there. So friend, look at this view. So the school that I'm talking about is somewhere in those trees. And then look at that view. Wow. Isn't that beautiful? Look at that. Yeah, you can see the sun patches. Wow. This area is amazing. Amazing scenes. Also you can see how the tea plantation makes it look very, very green and very nice. So we headed this way. Work here. Look at that. Amazing. I'm telling you. Yeah, that is gone. So these people, it looks like they planted earlier than we. You see ours, like on the other side of the village, they are very, very small. These ones here, they are very big. They've grown actually, they've matured. So when they get to that size or maybe slightly bigger, you begin weeding them. Yeah. fantastic. Yeah, this is very common in this region, like a lot of hills everywhere. So you see the people that are on the other side, they also see, you see the view from here, they also see this hill the same. Yeah, see, like over there is also another hill very far away. And a lot of trees, actually, a lot. Yeah, the common thing with us over here is we love planting. These are gum trees, and we love tea. We love bananas. We love sukuma wiki. Those are veggies over there. Yeah, those ones. Those are veggies. The ones that are beside the tea plantation. Those are veggies. And also people here normally, it's like they also, at times though not obvious, they plant what we call, they plant sugar cane. Somebody is playing loud music. I'm approaching it, so we'll have to pause the filming and then we'll continue after we get past. I believe the music is coming from this place over here. So when we are past the music, I told you there is a school here, public school. This school is known as Kiomoso. So this Kiomoso, I do not believe they have a high school. So it's Kiomoso a primary and junior secondary. So I can see somebody working on the fence, on the structure. Yeah, Kebaba Primary School used to be fenced this way a very long time ago, but nowadays it's not. Things are very, very different. So here we are at Kiomo. So we've come from, my place is known as Wachoroke. This place is known as, the first place that we came across was known as Girango, and now we are in Kiomoso. Still going on. So that you can see there is a heap of soil, and then there is smoke coming out of it. So this is somebody preparing what we call charcoal. Look at that. So this is how charcoal is prepared. Though we do not have the whole process, but this is charcoal burning over here. All right. We were headed this way. Kiomoso, primary and junior secondary. Yeah, they've really fenced their school. This is actually for the security of the students. Remember, there is a small school that we came across. It was actually a private one, where children saw me and then saw me recording, and then they ran out of the school compound because the school wasn't fenced the way this one over here is. Look at this, friend. Oh my God. Have you ever seen a flat like made of mud? This person is very, very creative. Look at that. Wow. Wow. Amazing. Yeah? Amazing. I have no idea could have seen this. I had no idea. Like, man. Oh my, look at what I found out. I'm really very surprised, man. Look at that structure, made of mud. Let me just walk away before the owner maybe finds me and asks me questions like, who gave you the permission to film my property? Yeah, you can hear from a distance a lot of noise from the classes. So also this school here, friend, it looks very beautiful actually. So this from the outer side. So maybe if somebody goes out there and then says, in Kenya we have children who are studying under trees. These are not trees. These are not trees, friend. These permanent structures. Yeah. So if somebody goes out there, although yeah, there is some truth in that, although misinformed. Yeah, the information is correct to some extent. Yeah, look at how beautiful that structure is. That is a washroom. Very, very beautiful. They have water. Look at this. There is a tank over here. Agia, Viol. So that is a very curious kid wanting to know what I'm doing. So friend, what I was talking about misinformation is, yeah, we do have schools that do not really have such structures, but not all. So you cannot say schools in Africa or in Kenya have no classrooms. Okay? Say some. Use the word some. Yeah, this is a shop over here. And that is a toddler playing. Yeah, so friend, we are going down another hill over here, but I have no idea where this road leads to, but we will continue moving down, and maybe when we are done with filming, and then we'll be back home. Yeah, so remember I told you we do not really have thieves in this village. Okay, we have thieves, but they're not that extreme. You see, there are villages whereby you cannot live. Look at that. There's somebody who has left his or her plantain or banana by the road. Look at this. Nobody around. Nobody. Yeah, nobody around. Nobody. And then somebody has left his or her plantain by the road. So that is an indication that even though we have thieves in the village, they are not that extreme. Obviously, they normally say, every village has to have a madman or a mad woman. So now the thing that I'm really surprised about is, friend, you see this road towards that end, it has no maram. You can see the difference, like where we've come from, there is a maram on the road, but when we got here, a certain place over there, there's no maram towards this side of the road. So why did they put it halfway? It's like it had to get to that school over there, and then that was the end. So let's go this way and find out maybe if this is the only place that was kept, or maybe from here towards whichever area it leads to, there is no maram. Let us find out. Yeah, there is a very nice homestead over there. Yeah, beyond these trees. Okay, friend, I might have maybe misjudged somebody. You see, this area looks like there used to be maram. Look at that. And then water swept it away. Because past here, towards that other direction, looks like there is maram. So which way now should I go? Because, okay, I'll go straight, because these ones over here, they look like they lead to people's homesteads. Yeah, see that one, there is something like a gate ahead, and then this one over here looks like it's leading to that compound. So these are not roads. Okay, they are roads, but leading to people's homesteads. So we'll continue this way. Amazing, amazing. Vusi to the world. Vusi region. This region is known as Vusi. And like I normally say, Vusi has two counties. That is Nyamira County and Kisii County. So if we meet somewhere and maybe ask me, what's your name? And then I tell you your name and you're like, oh, you come from Kisii. No, I don't come from Kisii. I come from Nyamira County. You see, people actually generalize, like the whole Vusi region is Kisii County. There is a difference, a very big one. Now the region is Gusii, and then we have, in Gusii region we have Kisii and Nyamira County. That is the difference. So friend, here I can also see a very big structure ahead. It looks like is it a church or what? So like we had two schools that were very close to each other. Also we have churches that are also very close to each other. This one is very big, massive. Wow. Very, very big. Okay, to kill the curiosity, let me show you. I know you also want to see it. You want to have a view. Here it is. Okay. There we go. So there is a building like next to. Yeah, this has to be a church. Okay, let's first get there and then we will know. Or it's a school. Also we have a hill over here. I see also the other thing is here in the village, schools and churches are not really labeled. Like there is nothing to tell this is a church, or maybe this is a school, or maybe what could this be. Okay, there is some readings besides it. Let me see them and read them to you. So it's written Seventh Day Adventist, and then there is a Everege Church. So this place is Everege. I normally hear that name, but I've never been here to Everege. Here it is. Upper Tombe Station, Nyamira Conference. There you go. So this is a church. It's very massive actually, friends. Very big. So I'm going down this hill. As you can see, there is another hill over there. Yeah, I believe that is the area that we went the last time. There is a time I was with a certain friend of mine, the one that I normally call a bro of mine. We actually went to that place. Or maybe I'm mistaken. I believe we were there. That is where we have we had a certain school that was known as, I'm trying to remember. Why am I forgetting that name? The school was known as, oh my, I've already forgotten, and it has not even been months. Did I really forget that? Okay, when I'll remember, I'll tell you. Then I'll remember. So this Everege. So where does this, this actually road over here has Maram. So forgive me for saying this. Area does not, the road had no Maram. Anyway, friend, we are still enjoying our walk in the village. Look at this. This man-made. I do not believe that it's natural, this man-made. And this guy has really done a great job. Like planting this, it's not easy. This is hard work. And like they normally say, hard work pays. So in a few years' time, I believe we'll have to like make space for other trees because they are very close to each other. And you know, when a trees normally grow very fat, let me use that name, very fat. So because they are very close to each other, in a few years' time you'll have to cut some down to give others space to grow, or maybe to fatten so that he or she can make timber or money out of this. So this is Everege. There's a very huge slope over here. So we are going down the hill. Amazing. And I'm also surprised, like the people here, they are, you see this concrete, this pole, electric pole, it's concrete. This ones here actually never get old. Although it looks like it's very expensive to use them. Yeah, they're very, very expensive. I've never really come across yeah, I have. There is a village that we visited, the Vosigisa village actually, I saw such. So it looks like maybe very soon, or maybe in the future, the Kenya Power, the company that supplies electricity here in this country, maybe in the future they're planning to do away with wood, poles made of wood, and then they'll switch to this, because the ones that are made of wood, you know, as years go by, with time they become old. Obviously wood becomes old and then it rots and then it might fall, but this one over here, this permanent, it will never ever like get old. This will be here for very many years to come. So whoever came up with this idea, big up yourself. This is great. So friend, this area looks massive, and I'm coming from that direction. Now you see this place here, it cannot really hold Maram. It cannot. Even if you put Maram monthly, the water will come from this side and then sweep it away. So this is the reason as to why I was saying the leaders here are supposed to look for to find a permanent solution to this. Although it looks like this road is not normally used by very many vehicles, but in the future, who knows, it might be a very big road here, maybe connecting, like maybe a shortcut from maybe Kiambu to Kisitown. Where is Kisitown actually? So Kisitown might be to that other side, not this side. This side is towards maybe Tombe. Okay, I do not want to guess. I have no idea even to where I'm headed to. I have no idea. But this is life in the village. Very quiet. So the sun is out. The sun is as dimmed actually, which gives me another more time to continue filming. Although I do not want it to at least maybe go past an hour plus 15 minutes, because I normally edit using the phone, and if I take an hour plus, the phone cannot edit that. An hour plus maybe 30 minutes, my phone cannot really edit that. It will be too long. So at least at times I limit my filming like an hour 15 minutes. We've actually never done an hour plus 15 minutes. The most we did was an hour and 11 minutes. So look at this. Yeah, there is a town over here. Thought maybe there was a drainage. Yeah, it looks like there is is it a river or what? There is a river actually on that side. Amazing. So I've actually never came up. Okay, let's go and find out. Yeah, so friend, it's actually located beside a road, a main road. That is a main road. We've come from that side. So let's go down and see that river. Yeah, water source. You see, I'm used to a place whereby there are lots of trees all around and then the river is in between. But here, also there is another source from this side. Yeah, somebody left his or her floaters over there. So there is a source from somewhere there. This water is originating or maybe coming from that place. See this area? It has no trees. And this is how it's supposed to be. Okay, the trees are on this other side, but they're very far from. And also there is a trench. Yeah, look at that. There's a drainage. So if maybe these trees want to drain that river over there, where is it? Over there. They'll first drain this one over here. So it will be very hard. And also it looks like this is somebody's homestead. Look at this. The home is on the other side. And here is the water. Although, yeah, looks like they do not really use it. There is also another source from that side. Wow. Okay. Anyway, friends, let us continue with our walk in the village. So in future, by now, right now it's actually walk in the village, and then in the future it will be walk in Kenya. We'll do walk in Kenya. Then after walking in Kenya, after walking in Kenya, we'll obviously visit the neighboring countries. But for now, we are limited to walking in the village. Yeah, look at that. What's that on the top side of this pole? How does it work? Looks like it's a small transformer or what? So this electricity actually ends here, but there is a different one that runs on the other side, though it looks like it's not connected to the people living here. So there is another one over there, and there is a red calf grazing in the trees. So this is Eberege. I believe we are still in Eberege. I wonder why they placed this pole over here. Or maybe they wanted it to run from here to here and maybe that way. Okay. We have no idea. Gusii region. So friend, tell me, do you see the people living here poor? Are these people really poor? Just an honest opinion. Because from what I can see is, look at that, that is a farm. You have a farm, you plant your veggies, your food. You have a farm, you plant trees, you sell them, you get money, and then you use the money to either buy food or maybe do something for yourself. So I can hear something like a river flowing from the other side. I'm really tempted, friend. I'm tempted, like, should I move or go to that area and find out? I'm really tempted. Should I? Yeah, I'm doing some math, some calculations. Yeah, so friend, we've been to very many risky places, many areas. So getting to the river is not actually risky. It's something that we should try, right? So let's find a way that we can lead us to the other side and see what's happening over there. I have no idea where this road here leads to. Also this one. Okay. I'm trying to find a way that we will use to head to this lower side. Which way can we use? Okay, I think I've found one. It's ahead of me. So here we are. Yeah, let's find out. Also, there was a signboard on the other side that it was written Kiangende ELCK, so it was an indication or maybe a showing, something showing that there is a polytechnic from where we came from. So there are goats here on the road, not road really, on the path, and we want to, oh my god, this actually almost fell me down. here. So here we are. There's somebody on the farm preparing, actually weeding. So I can, from a distance, I can hear some drizzling. Also, there's a homestead being built here. Great work. So I want to take the shortest time possible. That is a sheep to get to that river, because we are supposed to end this video very, very soon. So here we are. So friend, here we are. Yeah, we made it to this place. This person actually covered this because looks like some people normally use it. Look at that. Massive. Massive. And now we are under the bridge. Yeah, this water is a lot. Oh my. That is a lot of water, a lot. I have to be very, very careful, friend, here, for me not to slide in and fall. Wow. Look at that. There's a lot of water, a lot. Yeah, so this bridge actually has no guards. Maybe they were there and then the people here removed them, maybe. Wow. Yeah, friend, look at that river. Very, very big. With a lot of water. I've seen some people working on the concrete. Is it concrete or what do we call it? Yeah. Isn't that beautiful? Look at that. Yeah, water flowing in the village. The sun is out. Amazing scenes. So I saw somebody going into that area. Looks like he's going to maybe dig some stones. So where are we? Huh? Where are we exactly? It looks like that is also a church over there. So friend, we will actually end this video here. I want to thank you very much for watching it till this far. I do not take that for granted. So thank you very much. Be blessed. We will meet in our next video. My name is Ino, Mark 29. It's a bye for now. Take care of yourself.